Hello everyone, my name is Demetrius Harmon. I'm a financial coach on Harmon Financial Coaching. I help my clients with their budget. I help them get out of debt, save money, build wealth, and just increase their financial literacy as a whole. When I say help them with their budget, in other words, I do their budget for them. All right. So if you need any help with that, my contact information is in the description box below. All right. So let's get to it. 5 bad money habits. All right. So in no particular order, by the way. All right. So number one, not knowing your net worth. I'm gonna say it again. Not knowing your net worth. Millionaires pretty much look at this every quarter or so. They know their numbers. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. If you don't know your numbers, you can't grow your numbers. All right. So how do you figure out your net worth? What you own minus what you owe. What you own minus what you owe. All right. And that number at the end is going to be your net worth. You need to find out your net worth. You may be in the red, you may be in the negative, but that's okay. Don't cry about it. Just dry your tears and get back on the horse. You got to figure out how to get your money up, how to increase your net worth. Again, I said what you own minus what you owe. So that means you're going to have to clean up the debt, things of that nature. So this is when people talk about debt, they oftentimes don't talk about that. They get into the good debt versus bad debt. And that's a whole nother video for another discussion, another day I should say. But make no mistake about it, the debt that you owe actually goes against your net worth. So that pretty much tells me a lot. So if you are trying to become a millionaire, you better figure out how to reduce your debt. That's the true way to build wealth. And if your money is going in all these different directions, you're sending it to all these other people, how are you going to truly build wealth? So not knowing your net worth that is an awful bad money habit. You got to figure out how to crunch those numbers. It's not fun, it's not sexy, but you got to find out where you are. Start where you are and start building from there. All right. So that's number one, not knowing your net worth. All right. Number two, a poor diet, lack of sleep. I'm going to say it again. A poor diet and lack of sleep. You say, Demetrius, what does that have anything to do with my money? Well, let me explain. So how do you expect to be productive if you're only getting 4 hours of sleep? You're eating Popeyes, you're eating pizza, you're eating a bunch of junk food, you're drinking carbonated beverages like they're going out of style. How are you going to wake up and attack your day? Because that's where each day is an opportunity to build wealth. How can you attack your day when you're sluggish, you haven't gotten any sleep? As soon as you wake up, you're yawning, you've been yawning all day. Then you start drinking some coffee, that's not the fix. Your body needs to recharge. Okay? Phones are incredible. All right, we wouldn't know what to do without our phones now. But guess what? As nice as phones are, you still have to charge them. Okay, you got to get the right amount of sleep. All right, you got to be eating right. You got to make sure you're drinking water. You make sure that you're working out. So if you're going to take it to that next level, because being a millionaire, you're getting up there. You're getting to that rare level where people don't like to go. They get uncomfortable. So you got to be at the tip top shape. You got to make sure that when you wake up in the morning, you're not sluggish. Make sure you can finish your day, All right. So just a real quick example. Let's say John Doe needs a second job. John Doe has been budgeting, but he's still coming up short. How can he pull? How can he pull a double? Or how can he go and get off an 8 to 10 hour shift and then go work another 5 hours when he's bogged down with fatty foods and carbonated beverages and things of that nature? He can't. So now he's not able to build wealth and get a second job. So poor health, lack of sleep, that does definitely affect your ability to make additional income. All right, so that was number two. All right, number three, not having access to your banking information via a phone app. In other words, you should have your bank. All banks have an app. You should have that on your phone. It's incredible to me how many people have Netflix on their phone, Disney Plus, Hulu, all this other junk, but they don't have their banking information. It should be readily available. If you are budgeting and you say, wait, am I getting near my budget? Am I $10 away or $20? You can't remember. Check your numbers. right? You gotta have access to it. That's a really bad habit. When you are swimming in your numbers, you gotta live and breathe those numbers. You gotta be swimming in them at all times. So every chance you get to look at those numbers, you should do it. And guess what people always have on them? They always have their phone, okay? They always have their phone. So you have to figure out, it's not really hard. Just go to the App Store, download the information, and while you're there, if possible, if it offers it, set it up where you can receive text messages. It gives you some banks give you a daily reminder or daily text message in the morning. It will tell you how much is in your account, or you can even set it up where, let's say, $5 or more are spent, then it will go ahead and send you a text message. So now you know, okay, I spent X amount of dollars, or maybe someone has accessed your information, stolen your identity, and you see some purchases being made, and you can quickly freeze your card because you can't just always play offense. You got to play defense as well. So, all right, so that's number 3, not having access to your banking information via a phone app. All right, second one, excuse me, the fourth one, not knowing your credit card balance. I'm going to say it again, not knowing your credit card balance. I'm not here to argue with you. I don't do credit cards. If you know my story, my wife and I, we cut up our credit cards. We paid out $32,000 of debt in 5 months back in 2018. We don't play that game anymore. If you're fine with that, that's you. Again, that's a whole nother discussion for another day. But the average person does not know their credit card balance, which tells me if they don't know their credit card balance, they definitely don't know the interest rate. So you don't know your credit card balance, you don't know your interest rate, and guess what? The credit card industry is going like this. They're waiting. They're actually banking on you not knowing your balance. They're banking on you not to know your interest. Like, for example, store credit cards typically have some of the highest interest rates. 15%. It's just crazy. So a lot of people was like, oh, I use my credit card for my airline miles. I get rewards. I pay it off as soon as I use it. I pay it off. I heard it all. Okay, maybe you're part of that really, really, really small minority. The average person doesn't have that discipline. The average person is going to spend money that they don't have, and the credit card industry is banking on you to pay on time, and then they're going to penalize you with 15%, and that's how they win. All right, please don't mistake the banks as like nice people or credit card industry as nice people. It's a blood sport. All right, make no mistake about it. They're playing a blood sport, and you're over here playing t-ball. They're trying to knock your head off. They're trying to generate profits every single day. And if you think that you're going to beat that industry, that's fine. Let's go for it. But I'm telling you right now, that is a really bad habit. You should know your credit card balance. You definitely should know your interest rate. And just my 2 cents, you should go ahead and cut up your credit card. Now, that's just me. All right, so again, we have a difference of opinions, no worries. All right, last but certainly not least, number 5, impulse purchases. Last one, impulse purchases. Those impulse purchases are killing you right now. They're killing your financial gains. Remember I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm like a personal trainer for your money. I get your money in shape, right? So some people are out of shape financially. Okay, so let's say a guy starts getting in shape. He's drinking a gallon of water a day. He's eating salad. He's working out. He's running. He's walking. He's doing all this stuff, but he only maintains that for a week, and then he binges for 3 days on whatever food he wants to eat. Then he gets mad at himself, and then he goes and does the right thing for 4 days, and then he binges for another 2 days. He's killing his actual progress. He's killing his gains. Let's say he's trying to get a 6-pack, or maybe he's trying to gain 10 pounds of muscle. He's killing his gains by not doing what he's supposed to do, by eating a bunch of junk, right? You do the same thing with your money. You kill your financial gains when you have these impulse purchases. The ones where you go into Target and you're just trying to get like mouthwash and toothpaste, and you come out with $200 worth of stuff. Somehow you needed a new pillow. You didn't really need it. Somehow you needed a new blanket, you didn't really need it. Somehow you needed a printer, you definitely didn't need it. And you bought some plates, some cups. No, I need it. No, you didn't need it. You wanted to buy it. So those impulse purchases are killing your financial gains. Please stop with the impulse purchases. You will thank me for it later. Your bank account will definitely thank you for it later. Get on a budget. Budget for your needs. Definitely, needs come first. Needs are number one. And guess what? You can budget for your wants. Number two, you can budget for your wants. You just have to be patient and budget for those things that you don't really need, but you really want them. A budget is not as restrictive as people think. It gives you permission to spend if you've been doing the right thing. All right. So that is my time. Please take care. God bless. And remember, change your mindset, grow your money.